Welcome back everyone to my channel. Today we're going to be making some chili, homemade chili. We are going to be freeze drying it in the cube freeze dryer. So I know a lot of you are thinking right now, Pete, you are carnivore. Why are you eating chili? Chili has onions in it, beans, spices, tomato sauce, tomatoes, all that stuff. Well, I may be carnivore, but I'm also not stupid, okay? In the future, if something happens, there's some calamity, there's some power outages, something happened in the cities where there's, you can't buy any food, which recently happened to us. We went to go shopping somewhere and the power was out at this, it was in the building itself, but we couldn't shop there. What if that was, citywide? So, in the event, in the future, if something happens, you'll have food stored up for you. It's always good to have your pantry full of food, okay? It's very simple. You just eat what's older and you keep restocking it. That's all you got to do. Like I said, we're going to be making chili. It's best to make it homemade. Always make it homemade. Don't buy the canned chili and stuff. And I mean, you could do that too, but there's a lot of garbage in there that you don't want to eat. Always best to stay natural as possible. We went and bought some spices. We went and bought some chili seasoning. And the stuff we bought had all the seasoning in there, the cumin, the chili pepper, powder and all that stuff. Had it all in there. And, you didn't have to mix it or nothing. Be careful that it doesn't have monosodium glutamate, that silicon dioxide stuff for anti-caking. It's all garbage. Stay away from that stuff. Eat natural and you won't suffer the consequences later on down the road with illnesses and sickness. Okay? Stay natural and you'll stay healthy. So we'll show you the steps and how we make our chili. So we got 4 cups of dry beans. We soaked those all night and rinsed them real good. And now we put them in the Instant Pot to cook. And after we cook them, we strain them out. And we give them a little rinse. And we're going to start off here with some ground beef or minced beef. We put in here 4 pounds of ground beef. Now the beef that you want to use, it has to be very lean. So 90-10 and 85-15, something like that. You don't want it too fatty because you're going to have to strain all the fat out because your food will spoil in storage. Now this is an 1800 watt hot plate. We bought this not too long ago and it's been working great for us. I'm going to put a link in the description on the video where you can pick one of these up. Very useful for in and around the kitchen. So our ground beef is done. Now if you notice there's a lot of liquid and fat in it and that has to be strained out. So we're going to do that next. So now we have to strain the ground beef and get all the fat and liquid out of there because fat will not freeze dry. And if you leave fat in the beef and store it that way, your food will go rancid very quickly. Now we need to chop up some onions, and this chopper here is a real time saver. We've had this for several years now and we use it a lot. And the blades are very sharp and it works great. Look at that, all chopped up and ready to go. So now we're going to add the onions and we're going to cook those up. Now remember, we can't use oil or fat to saute these, so you're going to have to keep moving them around so they don't burn on the bottom, and they'll cook pretty quick. So our onions are cooked and we are ready to put some tomatoes in there. Canned tomatoes. These are diced tomatoes. Now we drain the water out of these cans because you don't want too much water in there because we're going to be freeze drying it. So we just crack the lid open a little bit and then strain the water out of the cans, and that worked out really good. And we used 6 cans of diced tomatoes
and 2 small cans of tomato paste.
Now we're ready to add back the ground beef. Now you can see how dry it is. Unfortunately, it has to be that way or in order for it to freeze dry. I know how delicious it is chili when you have a lot of the beef fat in the chili, and it comes out very tasty. But for freeze drying, we can't have that. And now we'll just mix that all up. And now we're going to add the beans. And mix it all up. Now you can see how dry or thick really the chili is, because for freeze drying that's optimal. We don't want a ton of water in there, and obviously we can't have fat in there. So the less water, the less freeze drying time. And now we're going to add some salt. You can salt to taste. And now we're going to add chili powder. Now this chili powder, it looks like a lot we're putting in there, but trust me, it's really not. It's organic chili powder, and they are 2-ounce bottles. So we put a total of 4 ounces of chili powder in there. This is all ready-made chili powder. It's got the cumin, it's got the paprika in there, it's got everything. So it's really good. And now this has to be all mixed in very well. So this is what it should look like. It's very thick, and boy, it smelled really good, let me tell you. So now we can put our chili on our trays. We use the silicone mats to keep it from sticking to the bottom of the tray. So we weighed each tray and we put 3 pounds of chili in each tray. And this is what the trays look like when it was done. Now we're ready to put them in the freezer, and we are going to use the tray stacking covers. These things are excellent. They act as a cover, and they're stackable. You can stack more trays on top of each other, and they fit nicely into our chest freezers. And off to the freezer they go. All right, so our food is frozen. I gotta get the freeze dryer going. And we have to make sure our drain valve is closed. All right, so we hit start. and hit frozen because our food is frozen. And we checked our drain valve, make sure that's closed. And hit yes. Now once the temperature reaches 30 degrees in the chamber, we can load our food. All right, so we are ready to load the freeze dryer. And that is frozen solid. All right, so we put our food in, we hit yes, and start. Well, that's pretty much it. Now we'll see how long this is going to take to freeze dry. We're going to taste it afterwards, and we're going to put it in Mylar bags for long-term storage. Well, all right, guys, so it took 45 and a half hours. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut this down. We're going to take it out and see how it come out. Okay, it looks pretty good. Put it on the table here and I'll let you see it. All right, so this is what it looks like. I'll lift up this corner here. Yeah, it's very dry. Just breaks right apart. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting this in these small Mylar bags. I like the smaller bags because they're more for single use. If you put your food in big bags, you got to use it up right away. So if you open the bag, you're going to have to use it pretty quick. Otherwise, the moisture gets to it and the food goes stale pretty quick. So I would recommend putting them in smaller bags for 1 or 2 time use type things. And so that's why I like the smaller bags. We're going to be using 100 cc oxygen absorbers, and then we're going to be heat sealing them with the sealer here. All right, so I'm going to get started doing that. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take some out. What I did, as you've seen, I just used like this wooden spatula, whatever you have, and kind of broke it up so it's kind of loose like this. And we're going to put some of this in here. Then I'm going to reconstitute it, and with some hot water, of course, and we'll see what it tastes like. All right. So now we're going to add a little bit of hot water. I don't know exactly how much to put. We don't want to make soup, but of course you could do that too when you think about it. You just want to reconstitute it to that thick chili that we had, or at least a little more anyways. I mean, yeah, when you think about it, you could make a chili soup out of this too. Got enough water. Okay, that's pretty wet. We're going to let this sit and let everything reconstitute, and we'll see how that comes out. That might be too much. We'll see.
2 cups.
Is that 2 cups? It does smell good. Okay, so we ended up with 14 bags. Now we're going to put the oxygen absorbers in there. And that's 1. I hope we got enough. When you're done with the oxygen absorbers, you got to make sure you reseal the bag pretty quick. Or they will go bad. All right, now we can seal the bags here, and then we're going to taste our chili. All right, so we got our last one here. All we have to do is mark them in the back, put the date on them, contents and date, and we'll be all set. Nice. Now we got food for the future, and we have. We're going to taste this here and see what it's like. I want to taste the meat. Wow, that's pretty good. No, it's not as fattening as I would like it to be. But oh man, it's good. I think it's really good. Very doable in an emergency. Oh yeah, this is really good. Yeah, it tastes really good. Mm-hmm. You want any more? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I like it. I likey.
I like that spice.
Yeah.
Easy, you just put it in.
Okay, so that was a major, it turned out good, put it that way. Now, in an emergency, or whenever, even if you just wanted to make it, just wanted to eat it, take it out of your cupboard and put a little hot water in there. And I let it sit for like, was it 10 minutes basically? Mm-hmm. About 10 minutes.
10, 15.
And it turned out great. Now, if you had a little olive oil, you can drizzle a little olive oil on there, mix it in, and it'll come out really good. Just to, up the fat content in there. Yeah, come out really good. All right, guys, this was a success. I would highly recommend doing it because it's nothing worse in the future if there's an emergency and you don't have any food, especially when you got something so tasty like chili, It's really good. It really brighten up your day a bit. All right, guys, so thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.